What's up, everybody? Flying Scorpion here, and can we just appreciate how awesome this Glassmaker boss fight is? The design, the sound effects, there's lore in there. I'm having a hard time quite understanding the lore behind this, but it seems like, disclaimer, there's going to be spoilers, he's some sort of criminal, and we know he's Orican, and he glassed himself to avoid getting killed along with the other Oricans. So this character seems like the closest thing to an unaltered Orican that isn't infested or changed by the sentience or anything like that. He looks like the closest thing to the pure Orican of what you might expect. At least that's the impression I'm getting. Really cool character design. The boss fight is challenging. I love how they figured out a way to challenge the players that works around the power creep. So this is actually really cool. We know Warframe has a power creep problem. It's difficult for the developers to challenge the players, and this is a really cool direction for them to take in terms of challenging players, like those that, like myself, that are power creeped out the ass and like everything just falls over when you breathe on them, except for Steel Path. But it's nice to see that they've figured out a way to challenge us and work around the power creep, and that's really cool. They really thought outside the box, I think. You might be thinking, well, these are not things that we haven't seen in games before, like for example disappearing platforms and a boss with the the telegraph swing attacks versus the slam, and it is pretty intuitive and it needs to be intuitive. I like how they made the platforms kind of like upside down pyramids, so you can't just wall hop back up if you fall off the side kind of thing. Another good way that they made this kind of challenging. Now, call me crazy, okay? Call me crazy, and I've been pretty disengaged with the Warframe community lately, but call me crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if there's people out there complaining and nagging about this boss fight and going, "Oh, that's bullshit that you can't wall hop on the sides," and come on, guys. Like, I think that far too much credit has been given to that kind of feedback in the community, and I think it's part of the reason why Warframe has a power creep problem. But anyway, I see I've been talking for 3 minutes. I don't want to talk for too long about this and ramble on. I just wanted to say this was a cool boss fight, and if any developers see this, good job. You guys did an amazing job with that. Pulled me back in. I'm looking forward to trying out the weapon, and even just the build up to it, the clues and everything like that. We know that the developers are able to create really cool level designs, and what I think is an interesting decision here is they've sort of designed the way that the players interact with this, where you're kind of forced to really look at the environment and kind of look at the artwork and look at the things that they've done. I remember hearing a slight complaint in one dev stream where players were using their arc wings to just blitz and fly across and blink across the terrain, and they were missing out on all the details of all of the work that they did on the level development and designing and the architecture and all that stuff. So this slows you down, and it really puts you into a position where you got to just kind of take your time, enjoy it, try not to get frustrated. And to be fair, I think that responsibility of managing your frustration falls partially between the developers and the players, but this design for the Glassmaker seems pretty fair. I think any excess frustration beyond like what I was feeling, and I was feeling some frustration, I think that it's up to the players to sort of manage that, hopefully, and not blame the developers and say that they did a bad job designing it. But anyway, that's all that I gotta say. I'm approaching 5 minutes now. I want to say thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks to all the recent subscribers. I'm surprised I'm still gaining subscribers, but hey, that's cool. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.